today we're going to be making quiche. Boring Oregon style quiche. We have Gruyere cheese, finely grated, garlic, and all I did was slice the top off, pour a little oil on top, and cook it in a 400-degree oven for about 15 minutes. We have very, very caramelized onions that I just caramelized in some butter. Sour cream, because why not? It's cold and we need to stay fat for the winter. Chives, kind of roughly chopped. And then we have these little tiny baby carrots. This is what a carrot looks like when it's a child, or when it's a newborn baby. You think of vegetables actually having lifespans too. The carrot that you usually eat is an old, decrepit old man, but this is like right when it's a newborn, full of piss and vinegar in life. We have cream, 1 cup of cream. I want to get you fat because it's still very cold at night. Quiche Lorraine is where this dish comes from. You know, it was thought of as a very rustic style of dish. Now we think of it as being all bougie and fancy, but originally it'd be like, you know, in a cast iron pan, eggs, pig, boom, you bake it, that's it. The crust wasn't crimped, nothing fancy. Now, to have a good quiche, everything starts with the crust. It's the foundation. So in order to make a good crust, we're not going to use any of that synthetic fat garbage. We're going to use the butter here of our animal friend, the cow, our bovine friend, has supplied us with this butter, grated and frozen. Everything's going to be frozen. Now we're going to add ice cold water, mix it in gradually. This ring of light illustrates my point about the spiritual, magical aspects of the butter and our relationship to the cow, that we should be very respectful of and not abuse, because when you have a dominant relationship with something, you try to control something, you think that you're getting a one-up over it, but you will always be surprised in the end. And the sort of consistency that you want is just to be able to hold it, and if it doesn't entirely disintegrate, that's good. Roll it into a ball, and so we're gonna just let that rest for like 10 minutes. So what I'm doing right now is splitting it, and I'm doing these separate layers, about 4 to 5 layers, and I'm working pretty quickly, and I'm just using my hands. You can't do it if your hands are sweaty and clammy, so if you're a very hot person, it doesn't work. There are a million ways to make a crust. Everybody's grandma thinks that they can do it best, and it's true. There are many, many truths, many, many pie crusts. You know, you'll be mixing this, sometimes you'll put it out and it's just literally falling apart, and you think that it's not going to work, but like, you have to believe that it will come together, believe that the fat will mix itself with the flour, and it's important to hold that in your mind, because sometimes if you think that it will fail, it will fail. It's almost like the Bodhisattva. She's floating up into the sky and she's about to dissolve into the nothingness of eternal nirvana, super pumped, but then she looks down and she sees all the people and they're suffering, and she realizes that the people need it. They need pie, they love pie, and she has to come back together. Yeah. Alright, now you're gonna flour everything, and we're just gonna roll it out. Back and forth motions, rolling out from the center. You're not like rolling out from the sides. You can tell that it's gonna be really good because you can see these chunks of butter and they're flattening out. You don't want to overwork it. You know when to stop. It's very important to know when to stop and to be gentle. And I think that's about enough that you need. So we're gonna crack 3 eggs. Look at that beautiful yolk. That is not a yolk that you would find in the grocery store. Look at that. That's like hurting my eyes to look at how orange that is. It's like the sun. That means that the chickens are happy, that they're living out their chickenness. 1 cup of cream and half of a cup of milk. There are very few appropriate contexts for violence, but beating eggs is one of those contexts. Just gonna add in real quick about 1/2 of a cup of sour cream, because this is boring Oregon. and that's the regional flair. You don't want to just necessarily dump everything in. I like to put about half of my cheese in, carrot, and then this delicious caramelized onion, which is really the star of the show. And just dump a little bit of the egg. I'm going to pop out my individual roasted garlic cloves in about the middle layer of the quiche here. And then the cheese. We're going to leave the last third there to sprinkle on the top. And now we're going to put that guy in the oven at 375 degrees for about 45 minutes. Cooking it's so big, you don't even realize it. It's like the background, it's like the ocean. You don't even think about it, but it's actually like the lifeblood of the entire planet. And really what it is it's not even cooking. It's not about cooking. It's like standing in front of a mirror and seeing your image go on and on and on into the distance, and each iteration is has contained within it the entire universe. It's about a system of it's a way of life, and it's not that we're just baking a quiche. We're trying to change the world. I don't know. Thanks for tuning in to our cooking show here, and I hope that you enjoy your quiche. I'm gonna enjoy my quiche, and I hope that you can, share it with somebody that you love, or share it with your enemy, even better, and build a bridge.